Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. As you know, values and principles are not situational. They just are. That is, you have to uphold them, you have to support them, you have to promote them whenever you see that they are, put to the side or trampled on. You have to maintain your frame. You have to respect yourself. We have here Germany, and Germany is under total domination of the forces. And we have here the German president who is going to make a claim that I think is so idiotic that only either a 10-year-old kid could make it because it doesn't make sense, or a person below 86 IQ, or the president of Germany in this case. He's going to profess Germany's principles, but he will not uphold them in relation to the United States of America. So there is, let me show you how, at least the title of this article coming from Sputnik. German president says Berlin should not obstruct cluster bomb deliveries to Ukraine. You would say, okay, if you're thieves, you should not obstruct another thief. But they claim they're not thieves. That's the problem. But they will not catch the thief. All right, so German President Frank-Walter Steinmeier said on Sunday that his country should not hinder U.S. deliveries of cluster munitions to Ukraine. Steinmeier said that the German government's position against cluster munitions remains justified. That means these are the principles. We think that this is a bad thing. There's a signatory of that convention against cluster munitions, Germany. So they are justified, but the United States' decision must be taken into account. I will give you an analogy with a rape instance in a minute. And I'm quoting, but in the current situation, the government cannot meaning is not allowed, to block the U.S. If it can't, it's an inability. Cannot is like you are not allowed to block the U.S., Steinmeier told Germany's ZDF broadcaster. On Friday, the U.S. unveiled a new military assistance package for Ukraine that includes cluster munitions. The weapons are banned by the International Convention, which has been ratified by 123 countries, excluding the US and Ukraine, and I think Russia as well. So let's put the shit on the table, okay? So it stings. So here, the way I learn it, can't is an inability. Like, I can't fly. It's a limitation. But I cannot is like I cannot, you can't break the law, but I cannot, I shouldn't. I ought not. It's more not like an inability. It's like illegal. So anyway, I'm not gonna stick to this thing. I don't care about that one. I will care about this. So German government's position against cluster munition remains justified, but the U.S. decision must be taken into account. So that's situational. So there is, hey, I am against rape, but if Gigi does it, we should take his desires into account. Basically, this is what Steinmeier says. We are against rape. That's awful. But if those guys are doing, well, we have to take into account what? What are you going to take into account? Are you against or you're for? There's no in between. Otherwise, just, take your signature off that little table and show who you really are. So this is, again, just a pretense. This is just a fake. Fake. It's no substance. No substance. It's just for us to think, yes, we are morally superior to those guys over there. Yes, we are. And in reality, you have to condemn it. And you have to put all the stops to that crime to occur. If you really have principles that you say you have, if you really condemn the act of rape, if you really condemn the use of cluster munitions, you have to don't care who uses them. You condemn it. Not, oh, it's my father, it's okay with that. Oh, it's your father. No, 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 no. That's rape right there. That's now no values. That's not principles. Clear? Clear. That means these guys are lying to us continuously. And you know, this is another aspect here. You hear a lot of countries, not a lot, a few, who pretend to be superior morally to everyone else and have the right, they, ascribed or assigned the right for them to criticize everyone else that is someone beneath them, their moral standard over there, and they also reserve their right to militarily intervene over there if it gets to that point. This is, we're going to bring freedom and democracy to Iraq. How about they have a different kind of culture over there? Because you get in a culture, you impose your way of life to others, and you say, no, 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 we can't do that. We can't do that, but you do it all the time. You intervene. Oh, that's over there. They're gassing their own people over there. Okay. I heard about the United Nations and other things. The same with Yugoslavia. There's genocide over there. Okay. And NATO intervened. But that's a long, but that's a lot of, there's a lot of evidence, to support this. Yeah, we're special. Yeah. Look at Trudeau, the greatest, beautiful guy in the world. What did he do with those truckers? He froze their accounts, my friends. Their livelihood. They could not eat. They could not. They were, as Nigel Farage right now in Great Britain, his account was closed. You become a known person. And they're going to ban cash. And I don't want to scare you, but once cash is gone, everything you're going to have online. You don't have electricity, you don't have battery, you can't access your money. If they decide that your account is blocked, like in YouTube or on Facebook, if someone decides, turn off your account here, you're done. How are you going to survive? Are you going to start robbing? Criminality? What are you going to do? If you don't have tangible assets, and if you keep the tangible assets into the bank again, you're going to have a problem. Because they can say, no, we can't allow you to access they're right in the vault, but we can't allow you to get over there. For whatever reason, they can give you whatever reason, they will find new words, like PEP, politically exposed person in Great Britain right now, that Nigel Farage feels it on his own bowls. Or think about other, even other things, my friends. You can't invest, you can't withdraw, you can't use your money. That's it. And if you don't have cash in your sock, then how are you going to do it? How are you going to do it? You're going to beg your friends to do it? It seems like a Nigel Farage family is also targeted by the free country of Great Britain. The European Union the same way. Actually started from that, originated in the European Union, and it's still available until next year in Great Britain, according to Nigel Farage. Anyway, my friends, they can do whatever they want. And here you have the German president, again, saying that he's the good guy, and we are the good guys. How are you the good guys when you have foreign troops on your territory? Since 1945. What are you talking about? But you don't have troops on their territory. It's so ridiculous. It's so obvious in your face, but they don't care. And again, principles and values are not situational. They are. If you're against rape, regardless who does it, let's call it that way. And obviously condemn the act and the perpetrator. Here, imagine that, let's say, would have been another country instead of the United States of America that would have done this. A smaller country, like a weasel country, more weasel than Germany. Let's say Romania, for instance. And Romania would have said, I'm going to send cluster munitions to Ukraine. Do you think that Germany would not smack Romania, condemn it to the highest heavens over there? I think they would, and they call the Romanians backward, and you're this, and you're that, and you're that, and we are so moral, so virtuous. All right, my friends, little by little, you just have to pay attention. Pay attention, you're going to see the real mask, the real face under the mask, because I think they just took the mask off a few years ago and put it back. Certain events show who you are, and usually the events that make you fight harder or fight circumstances against odds, like coronavirus, they showed their face 100%. You knew they were like that, but you didn't have very hard evidence. You had Yugoslavia, you had Syria, you had Libya, you had Afghanistan, you had Iraq examples and others, but not so clear like these guys, how they pam, bye-bye. And now with the war in Russia, it's another example for us to see what's going on. They took their masks off, put them on the table, and the people live in denial. Like, really? Yeah, that's exactly how it is. Thank you very much for being with me again today. I'm not saying the Russians are better, but the Russians at least don't claim they are exceptional or something, and have the European values, and you are somewhere, you don't belong here. Ukraine shares our values. Russia doesn't share our values. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.